Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with our Leicester City career mode here. Wanted to get another episode out to you guys before the game officially drops tonight at midnight. Um, I did want to also touch on the fact that I did see a comment on the last video about some players that I should sign for Leicester City in the next transfer window, so I want you guys to know that I am paying attention to that and I am making a short list. You'll see that short list in the next episode, I believe, because I had a couple episodes stockpiled ahead, and I just have to actually get the full game out tonight, and then once I get that, I'll be able to go back into career mode, go ahead and sort out the short list that I've been given, and kind of go from there. I want to scout these players as early on as possible because I want to try to avoid using Foothead this year, or so FIFA or anything like that, to try to figure out what players I should be buying in career mode. So I'm going to kind of go off of what you guys are telling me. So you guys will be my kind of global scouts, and then also obviously just doing my own scouting as well. So on my list I have Alban, Lafont, and Kovalenko. Also looking at Rashford, of course, from Man U, and Iheanacho from Man City. So I wanted to say thanks to Israel for giving me those options to look at in the next few episodes. So like I said, you'll see the kind of the progression of me scouting those players along with some other ones here in the near future. This game against Fenerbahce was just a pretty slow game, I would say. Obviously the highlights from the first half were lacking because there really wasn't much going on. It was a very defensive game, and then in the second half I was on the back of my heels for the majority of the game. Their attacking was a lot stronger and kind of odd to play against. It's really not something that I'm used to in terms of teams that I've played in the past, so it kind of caught me off guard, and they were actually able to go ahead and grab the go-ahead goal in the 60th minute, and from there I just didn't have many opportunities. Here in the 85th minute was kind of like my last chance that I had moving forward. Mahrez was able to get into the box. They did bring him in around the 70th minute, so hoping he was going to make a few changes for me. I think I just played a little too weak of a side going into this game. Should have started a little bit stronger of a team, and I think I would have had a better chance. Slimani is still playing really well even when the rest of the team isn't. Here was, like I said, my last opportunity to score, but the keeper came up with a big save there, and we just get this one last corner opportunity before the end of the game, and I just went near post and ended up falling nicely back to the goal kick. So we end up losing this game and getting knocked out of the preseason cup, but we did make, I believe, a good 4 to 6 mil off of this tournament, so that was nice to just go ahead and give us some money in the bag. Going into the next season, obviously using it for the January transfer window, and then also for our scouting. We do have a youth scout out. I know you guys saw that in the last episode. He does bring back a few players in this episode, so you'll be able to see the new updated youth scout system that they have in this game. Nothing has really changed. It's just more so the aesthetic of it, the aesthetic appeal, and making the game look a little bit better. Honestly, I think I like the menu system better from last year compared to this FIFA. It's a little awkward to use, a little difficult to use in comparison to last year. Obviously, there are a few different changes to it, so it does have to add a few options to it, and the menu does have to change. So I'll get used to it sooner or later, but it just felt a little odd off the bat. So that was the end of this game. Like I said, going into the next few weeks, it was just a little bit of training going on, nothing too crazy. Wanted to show you the stats at the end of this game, but then hopping into it, wanted to show you all the training that I did up until the Manchester United game. Nobody really was going up just yet. In this episode, I think we're going to see a Marty and Zieler move up in rating. Zieler obviously to 82, a Marty to 76. So the team is slowly starting to come together. Musa's finishing is also, you're going to see, going up quite a bit. Here were the youth players that we had. Like I said, it looks the same as any year basically. Looking at some English players that we could sign, nobody was really looking too good except for this one guy, Henry Bennett, potential at 90 rated. I thought about signing him right off the bat, but I'm going to scout him for another month and see how things go. Next up in the this episode is going to be the Manchester United match, the Community Shield. Wanted to go ahead and put a good starting foot out there and win this as comfortably as possible to show that, you know, this team is here to play. If you guys did watch this last weekend in the Premier League, you know that Manchester United actually beat Leicester City 4-1, so that was a little disappointing, but hopefully we can get a better result in this game, and then also the game in the next couple weeks against Manchester United in the actual league. So the team's still feeling really comfortable. I'm still really enjoying playing with this team. It just feels, especially the formation, which I said in the last episode, feels really good, but just the players in the team, the 85 Mahrez, Vardy still feeling good. Obviously Slimani is my starting one in this preseason tournaments and just campaign in general. We'll see how things go whenever the season actually gets started, how much I really want to start Slimani over Vardy and all of that, but the team is feeling really good. And in this game against Manchester United, obviously I'm showing you guys highlights from the beginning of the game for a good reason. We managed to get the ball out to Mahrez. Mahrez is able to work his way into the box and slide it right on past the keeper for a 1-0 lead within 6 minutes. So right off the bat, feeling really good in this game. Feeling really comfortable, confident playing with the team, getting through a Man U defense regardless of if they had their starting keeper or not. Still feels really good. You know, it's still Manchester United at the end of the day, so getting a 1-0 lead in the Community Shield at Wembley is always going to feel good. So looking forward, like I said, there's going to be some more scouting, as right here Rashford ends up scoring on me, so it is good that Israel did say that I should go after Rashford. It's definitely an option. I think he's going to be a hard player to get off of Man U this year, but it's definitely somebody that I'm going to be looking at. Iheanacho is probably going to be a little bit easier to get, but if I had my choice, I think I'd rather go for Rashford over Iheanacho. But Iheanacho has been a really good player for me in previous FIFAs, so maybe I do go after him as well. Lafont's going to be an interesting one. I'll probably look into him, maybe not this season, this next window, but the window after, just because I'm not in a dire need for a keeper right now. But he does look like he would be a pretty good replacement for Schmeichel, who's getting up there in age. And then also Kovalenko would be a really good center attacking mid option for us going forward. Obviously we have a pretty strong midfield, but not as strong as it could be, so I think if we brought in Kovalenko, gave him a few seasons to adjust to the team, I think he could come out strong and really be a force for us. So obviously there's a lot of other players that are going to be options for us as we get more money and kind of just start getting the club up to standards that I want them to be at, and I think it'll be good. As for the player career mode, like I said, FIFA does officially drop tonight and or tomorrow, however you want to look at it. So chances are I will be starting that player career mode here in the next few days, if not week. Could be possibly by the end of the week I should have that series up and running. Still not going to say who it is. I will say this much: it is a player at Barcelona. It is not Lee Sung-woo though, because like I said, I don't want to do a player career mode where I'm not able to play internationally. So that is the hint. I'm sure just from that, a lot of you people who pay attention to the youngsters of football know exactly who I'm talking about. It's going to be a fun season. I'm really excited to go ahead and get that series started. It is going to take me a minute to kind of get that situated, just because I want to make sure that the player looks right, the positioning's right, the storyline's going to match up well and everything like that. I may also, like I said, bring in some of the journey stuff here in the next couple weeks as well. Just kind of seeing how I want to do it compared to some of the other YouTubers, how they're doing things. So here we do end up going to PKs for the Community Shield, which is exciting. Still trying to get used to penalties, so I am still using that little target indicator. Probably will honestly use it unless I'm going up against somebody on the same console. There really isn't much reason to not use the target. But Man U was not doing well with penalties. Oddly enough, Wembley seemed to be getting to their head a little bit, and they weren't able to put their shots on target. Here, just a really lucky penalty. Honestly, I thought I had skied that, but managed to actually score the perfect penalty off the post and into the back of the net. Here Herrera tries to dink it over, ends up missing it completely, and still giving us 3 straight misses for them and giving us the chance for Schlupp to make it 3 in a row for us. Here I tried to change the direction at the last second. I didn't even know if you could really do it or not. I would suggest not doing it because it does pull really quickly and it does end up making it difficult to make the shot. But Pogba steps up to the line. We manage to go ahead and get the block, and Zieler gets his moment of shine where we manage to actually win the Community Shield. So that's exciting. First piece of silverware for the season. Going into the Premier League, it gives us a good start. We definitely want to be taking that momentum into the Premier League and into the community, the next Capital One Cup and the FA Cup, making sure that we can do as much as we can. I did just call it the Capital One Cup. It's not the Capital One Cup anymore. It's the something League Cup. But anyways, same thing. You guys know what I'm talking about. Next game is officially the kickoff of the Premier League, so this was exciting. We finally get to play with our full starting roster. I wanted to make sure that we had all of our strongest players out there. I think I did start King, though. That's the only, I guess, quote-unquote weaker player that I ended up playing, solely because he did really well for us in the preseason. I wanted to give him his shot. But Albrighton's into the team as well. Having Mahrez on the right, obviously Vardy and Slimani in the team. I think I may have actually kept Vardy on the substitute bench for the start of this game, just because I wanted to give Slimani his full debut and best chance to do well. And here in the 4th minute of the game, he actually manages to grab his first goal of the Premier League. So Slimani, like I said earlier in this series, the last episode, he's an incredible player. If you're doing any other sort of career mode and you think you can pull Slimani off of Leicester City in a season or two, obviously because he is a new arrival, I would suggest full-heartedly to go after him. He's an incredible player, strong pace, strong player, quick on his feet, so his skills are really good, his dribbling's really good, shooting has been really good, his headers, obviously, as you saw there, very strong. Here, Albrighton manages to poke the ball off, but the ref blows the whistle, and that is going to be the end of the first half. So going into the second half with a 1-0 lead, it definitely puts us in good spirits along with our fans. So if we can just keep that momentum going into the second half and pull out this victory to have 3 points to start off the season, we're already in a good spot for the league. Obviously, we do want to score more goals going into the second half, but it just didn't happen that way. We played a little bit more defensive, not on purpose. It just kind of seemed like Hull City was starting to get into their own rhythm, so I kind of started focusing a little bit more on the possession aspect of the game and making sure that we were as defensively sound as possible. So the game is going to end in a 1-0 victory, which does give us 3 points to start off the league. And here we are shaking hands with the manager. Abel Hernandez luckily did not score a spectacular goal on us like he did in real life, so we'll definitely take that. Like I said, Islam Slimani, 3 shots, 1 on goal. That goal right there off at the beginning of the game definitely gave us what we needed to make sure that we could go through the next 90 or 86 minutes to make sure that we would get the victory. So here, just to round out the end of the episode, I wanted to show you guys one last training session because this is the one Amarty has already moved up. And in this one, we actually have Zieler move up to 82 rated. So really exciting things coming in this series. Like I said, player career mode on the way. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until the next one, I'll see you guys later.